Y'all, it's another day, another ColourPop! Y'all, I am so excited because I cannot believe the words are coming out of my mouth, but I have the brand new ColourPop collaboration with Twilight Eclipse collection. Y'all, they actually sent this to me in PR, so you're gonna see what this collection's all about, the price points, all the details, and is it actually worth it? Well, then definitely keep watching. Well, I did not win the great war of securing an Ulta Beauty World ticket, but I did win a ColourPop PR box. That's right, they sent this my way. I am just as shocked as you guys, but I am so excited because I actually have this collection on the day that they're launching. I literally left work like 30 minutes early to come home and film with this. So here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and dive straight on in. So up first, we do have the ColourPop Twilight Eclipse palette. Now this palette actually retails for $25 and it says, the saga continues with this limited edition, the Twilight Saga Eclipse palette inspired by the iconic third film. Create endless vampy looks with 15 silvery taupes and blood red shades inspired by your favorite characters and scene. Our ultra pigmented pressed formula is long lasting, applies evenly, and blends like a dream for an effortless application. Now here's the thing, it says that there's actually a new metallic chrome in this palette, and there absolutely is. There absolutely is. Now for me, when I look at this color story, I see Eclipse, because like when you think of like Eclipse, you do think of like, yes, Bella getting engaged, but you also think of like the big Voltaire, you also think of like the fight between Victoria, the newborns, along with the Cullen family. Like it's all happening in the snow. They have the wolves help them out. And so they're over there, they're fighting the newborns. Victoria ends up getting killed by Edward because Bella slashes her arm, distracts her for 2 seconds, and he rips her fucking head apart. And yeah, so you think of the whole scene, the Victoria's standing in the background, watching everything go down, realizing that they don't actually need to do anything. They actually saw it. So I see the Volturi, I see that scene in this. Like what, I couldn't envision how else they would do this particular palette other than that type of color story with like the snow, the blood, and like blues and silvers. Like I can see it. Like I can literally see it in here. So here we have the 15 pan palette here. Like I said, you're going to have mattes, shimmers, and one multi-chrome in this palette. The collection's also rolling out with a highlighter. Now the highlighter is going to have on front the Edward and Bella right here, along with a charm, because when she graduated, she got the diamond charm, just like Jacob gave her a wolf charm. Edward gave her a diamond charm. And this is also the movie where she confessed her love for Jacob, which I thought was chef's kiss because I love Jacob. You guys know I'm Team Jacob. Now the highlighter retails for $15 and this says, get a vamp glow with the Bella and Edward inspired highlighter in a tie-dye finish that looks just like a full moon. This buttery soft formula features soft pearls that deliver a luminous, healthy glow to the skin. This is weightless, buildable, and super, super blendable. I really do like ColourPop Super Shock Shadow formulas. I think they're absolutely incredible, so I have no doubt that this highlighter is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, this collection is also rolling out with 2 different lip kits. They're going to retail for $15 a piece. It's going to come with a lip liner and a lipstick. The Rosalie and Emmett one, this one's going to be called the Opposites Attract one, and this one says that this is going to be a pinky nude lip combo inspired by Emmett and Rosalie Hale. Now, I will say, while swatching these 2 right here, this one definitely has, like, the lipstick has, like, a lumosity feel to it. Like, it's very satiny. It's very shiny. I did not mind the finish at all. But then we also have Jasper and Alice right here. This one's going to be a little bit more of a deep burgundy one. So this one right here says that this is going to be a burgundy brown lip combo inspired by Jasper Hall and Alice Cullen right here. So very, very beautiful. I really love swatching both of them on my lips. I think this is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Next, this collection is rolling out with a powder to cream lipstick, and this one's going to be called a newborn. So this one retails for $12, and this one says, a limited edition powder to cream lipstick that delivers the ultimate matte vampy red lip in one swipe. It comes in a custom vial shaped like a blood drop inspired by Victoria and the newborn army. This unique formula transfers from a powder to a cream for full coverage that is weightless and long lasting on the lips. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I did not like this. Like I swatched this on my lips and I was like, this is not very easy to build. It came in like really patchy and it took me a while to actually build it up, and I just was not liking how it felt. Like normally I don't mind like a velvety feel, but I don't know, this one just did not do it for me. I didn't really care for the color per se and the way that the formula was. So this is definitely a skip for me based upon just first impressions of swiping and putting my lips, like as you guys saw by my video, my little, like as you guys saw by my little B-roll right here, I just was not a fan and I really had to build this up. I kind of wish that they put this in a different type of formula to be really beautiful, but this one's a no for me. And then finally, they're coming out with 2 different Jelly Much shadows. These are going to retail for $10 a piece. We have the Cullen Coven. We have the Cullen Coven right here, which is going to be a metallic amber with silver and gold pinpoints. And then we also have the shade called Newborn Army. And this is going to be a metallic rich gunmetal with silvery pinpoints as well. Both are absolutely beautiful. When it comes to Jelly Much shadows, I do enjoy the formula, but they do tend to dry out over time. So that's my only gripe with them. But yeah, that is everything that came in this collection. Now I'm going to go ahead and just dive into the products themselves. So I want to give you guys my final thoughts on these at the end of the video. So we're going to go ahead and dive into the Eclipse palette right here. First off, I love the packaging. It says Marry Me Cullen, and it says Wolf Telepathy, remember? And it just has like little quotes from the movie that I think is absolutely beautiful. I love the way they did the Eclipse. And like I said, when I look at this color story, I see it. I see Eclipse. Like I truly do see Eclipse. So is it my favorite color story? Oh my God. No, it's not. It's really not. I'm not the biggest fan of these type of colors, but that's just me. But I will say they're doing a really good job in terms of the color story. Now, my favorite color story they did was the New Moon. The New Moon collection I thought was absolutely beautiful. They did such a good job with it. What I will say is the first collection was all about Bella and Edward. The second one was all about Bella, Edward, and Jacob. And this one's kind of, yeah, like it features Bella, Edward, and Jacob right here. But like, I love the fact that you're also starting to see the other Cullen family making their mark into here. Like, I love that you're starting to see other ones. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to do, you know, Breaking Dawn. Are they going to do it in 2 different collections? Are they going to feature other Cullen family members? Feature like other La Push wolves? Like, I'm so curious to see how they do that color story. If I had to guess, like, they'd have to do maybe like greenery because of like the wedding. When Bella reawakens as a vampire, she's like in a very green forest before they do the big battle at the end. Like, I'm so curious to see how they're going to do Breaking Dawn. But I'm really excited because I really love that every single year for the last, I guess now this would be the 3rd year, that they're coming out with a Twilight collection. It's exciting. It is exciting. And I feel like they've just been really stepping up when it comes to their collaborations. So for today, we're going to go into this shade right here called Frostbite. We're going to put that in my outer corner. Like I said, I am not a fan of the color story itself, only because I just don't really use a lot of these colors. It's definitely more of a cool tone palette. But in terms of capturing the essence of Eclipse, I think they're doing a good job with it. What I'm also really happy about is that this palette doesn't have any pressed glitter. For the first time, they're actually using a metallic chrome. That is so exciting and kind of like unlike ColourPop. What? Are they growing up and not using as much? I'm so excited. I'm so excited because you guys know I'm just not the biggest fan of pressed glitter. Even though they did reformulate their pressed glitters, I'm just still not a fan of it. So to see them actually starting to switch it up and do something different is actually really exciting for me. There is so much pickup in this palette and definitely some fallout on the face. Now, when I think of the Twilight books, I'm trying to think of which one was my personal favorite. I've read these in high school. Like, Breaking Dawn came out as I was graduating high school. It came out right around the same time that Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows did. I remember being in my summer after graduating. I'm trying to remember like which of the 4 books I actually personally preferred. I feel like my favorite, I really did love New Moon, but I think I really did love Eclipse. Breaking Dawn, I don't know if that was my favorite. I don't think that one was my favorite. I don't think Breaking Dawn was my favorite. I think it definitely comes down to New Moon, and Eclipse was probably my 2 personal favorites. But now I'm like wondering, if I were to reread the series now, would I have as much love and appreciation for them as I did back then, right? Because like, I am very much into fantasy and romantasy, you guys know that, but I'm also very much into the adult themes. Like, I don't, like some of my friends like to recommend me YA books because they say they're really good. I'm just not a big YA person anymore. I just haven't been in a very long time. I'm going to go into the shade right here called I'm Switzerland, okay? I'm going to go into that right there. I just haven't been in a very long time into YA, so I'm just so curious to see. But I still have appreciation because I remember when she released Midnight Sun like 2 or 3 years ago, and it was Edward's version of Twilight. I ended up DNFing the book because I just felt that Edward was such a whiny little bitch. Like, I am so sorry to say that, but holy shit, this man just whined and whined and whined. I'm like, what? This is what was in his head? Like, so different than what I've envisioned, right? Just sat there and just whined the whole time, and I was like, what happened to him? And it just really kind of took away from my experience with Twilight a little bit, just like getting inside his head, and I was like, you know what? This isn't for me. And I understand why she did it because, like, you know, Twilight was based off of 50 Shades of Grey. Like, that was like a fanfic that she came up with, and then it turned into something more, right? Like, it does happen. Like, Manacled is a phenomenal fanfic of Harry Potter meets A Handmaid's Tale. It got picked up traditionally and turned into Alchemy. So they completely changed the story. Like the premise is still the same, but they had to change the characters, the names, the powers, the school. They had to change so much because of obviously copyright infringement. So 50 Shades of Grey was kind of like what kind of inspired Stephanie Meyer to write Twilight. I remember seeing like an article on that. And I know that when 50 Shades of Grey released, that shit went so viral, like sold like 50 million copies. And then she ended up coming out with like Grey's version of like his point of view for like the first, like all 3 books. She came out with his point of view, which I thought was pretty decent. But then, like I said, we got to Midnight Sun and I started to read it. Like I said, I DNF'd it halfway through. I just could not get past Edward sounding like a little whiny little bitch. I'm so sorry. I had to say it. I was like reading it going, what is this? Right next to that blue shade, I'm going to go into this shade right here called No Control. I feel like that'd be really pretty. I don't think I'm going to use that multi-chrome today. I don't think I'm going to use that metal chrome today. It's just not really calling to me. But I do want to play with some like this silver and blues. And I think I might do like purple underneath my waterline today. I'm not going to play with, there's only one red and it's a like shimmer red, and you guys already know I'm not the biggest fan of red, but I just feel like this would be really pretty to play with right here. I also kind of feel like this color story looks kind of similar to like a Glamlight palette. I'm trying to figure out which one. I think it actually kind of looks similar to the Edward palette. All right, and then right next to that shade, I'm gonna go into Major Jasper right here. I actually really liked that in Eclipse. We got to actually learn a little bit of Jasper's background. It's actually really nice to see his background. And right next to that, we're gonna go into this duochrome. This is a shade called Proposal. It's like a light blue. It's like a beautiful white with icy blue shift to it. It's really pretty. Like super pretty. I don't know how it's gonna show up though because it definitely is a topper, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm just gonna put this right here. All right, and then I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Insane Thirst. We're going to take that, we're going to line that along my waterline. And then I'm going to come back with my other eye completely done. And I'm also going to show you guys what this one looks like compared to the Edward palette from Glamlight. Because this one kind of looks, at least what I'm remembering, kind of similar. And I know that like Glamlight and ColourPop, I swear, they go back and forth. Like they are competing against each other. And it's actually quite funny to watch. Because both like create good collections, they do. I just feel like Glamlight does it just a little bit better, but ColourPop has definitely stepped up. Okay, so now the eyes are done. I just want to show you guys a quick comparison. So I have the Edward palette right here from Glamlight. So this is going to be the Edward palette, and this is the Eclipse palette. Okay, there's some similarities, but they're definitely different. Like they're definitely different. Yeah, they're different. They're different. I don't know why I thought they might have looked a little bit similar, but I guess, I don't know. They just kind of do just like some shades, but no, they're definitely different. Okay, so I'm going to go to the shade right here called New Vampires to go underneath my waterline, but yeah, no, they are definitely different. I'm going to take this shade and put this right here. I'm going to blend it out with this shade called Hunting Instinct right here and the Tint. I'm going to blend it out with 2. Like gray would look really pretty with this. So I think for the eyeliner, I'm gonna do some black liner to be smoky, like vampiric look. So then for the highlight, we're gonna go into the Super Shock highlighter called Change Me. And like I said, I really do love ColourPop Super Shock Shadow. I really do love ColourPop Super Shock highlighters. I think they're absolutely phenomenal. My favorite is the shade called Flexitarian. I always make sure I have a backup of that. So I'm just gonna take this and we're just going to put this right here. This looks like it's definitely gonna be like a silvery blue highlight, almost. Okay, yeah, that definitely has a beautiful shine to that. Wow, look at that. The only thing it does do is it does give me like a little bit of a gray cast to the cheek, which I'm not the biggest fan of. So it is what it is, but we're just gonna place this right here. I'm also gonna use this as a brow bone highlight because I feel like it'd be really pretty as a brow bone highlight. So I'm gonna take this and put this right here. I'm also going to go right here, and then I'm going to use it as an inner corner moment as well. Okay, so that's looking really nice. So to complete the look, I already showed you guys the swatches. I definitely am not going to play with that red one because like I'm just not a big fan of it, but I think I'm actually going to go into the Jasper and Alice one right here, but I think I might take a little bit of the Rosalie and the Edmund one too to kind of mix it together. So I'm going to go in with this lip liner because this one's going to be like one of that deep burgundy. We're gonna line my lips. You know, they really do have a really nice lip liner formula, but the only problem I have with their lip liners is that they're just a little bit too creamy. so they don't have the best longevity to them. That's my only gripe with their lip liners. Otherwise, they're beautiful. Lipstick is so creamy. I don't get it. Has a wonderful scent to it too. So pretty. Okay, I think I'm also going to take, like I said, just a little bit of the Emmet. I think it's the Emmet lipstick. Just a tiny bit. We're just going to dab this kind of like in the center. That's pretty. That is really pretty. All right, so this is gonna be the completed look. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys out. I'm gonna give you guys my thoughts on this collection. Alrighty guys, so this is the final look right here. Do I look vampiric? Do I scream Eclipse? I feel like I don't scream Eclipse, but I do feel like I kind of am giving that vampiric vibe. So first off, we have the eyeshadow palette right here. If you guys know ColourPop's formula, you know they have a really, really nice formula. Their mattes are really easy to blend. They definitely have fallout to them, but they're easy to work with, and the shimmers are really, really nice. I did not play with the multi-chrome. I did not play with that metallic chrome today, but I was really impressed with how the shimmer laid down. It laid down really nicely. Even this little eye topper actually worked out really nicely. The color story, not my favorite color story at all. Like this is a color story I typically would not go for, but I do feel like it does fit the theme of Eclipse. Like I can see Eclipse with this completely, from the shade names to the color story to packaging. Like this does scream Eclipse. So I think they did a really good job with that. The highlighter, I love the ColourPop Super Shock highlighter formula. I think they're really incredible. And I think the highlighter itself just really has a lot of pigmentation to them. Unfortunately, head on, it does have a gray cast to me, so I'm not the biggest fan of that. But I will say the color itself is really, really pretty. I just don't like how it does give me like a little bit of a gray tone. But I think it's just because of the shift that you have in here between like that icy blue and that silver and white. It's really pretty, but I don't know if it's going to be like an everyday highlighter. I think it's be one of those special highlighters that I kind of reach for from time to time. On the Super Shock, the Jelly Mud shadows, I had nothing bad to say about these. I just don't really use them personally just because they do tend to dry out over time. They're really pretty. They go down like they go down beautifully, but they do tend to dry on me, and sometimes they can crack just kind of depending. So a little bit does go a long way. I think these are really pretty colors for sure, and I definitely do want to play with them. I just didn't play with them in today's video, but for me, I do think these are really pretty. Then we have both lip kits. Now, I think both lip kits are absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If I had to pick one, I feel like I definitely would go more for like the Rosalie and the Emmet lip kit, the opposite attract or opposite couples. I feel like I kind of go for this one a bit more because it's more of like an everyday wearable color for me. But I will say I do love this one as well. I think it's really beautiful, especially for like the holiday season, having that vampiric look. I think it's beautiful. The lip liner glides on like crazy, and then that lipstick has that beautiful shine to it. It's very hydrating lip, and I really do appreciate it. Plus, it smells really nice. Both are absolutely beautiful. The one thing that I'm just not impressed with is that cream to powder like matte lip right here. I don't like this. I think it's a cool concept of the like way they designed it, but the product itself I think sucks. It dragged on my lip. It definitely was super patchy. I didn't like how it felt, and I just feel like they definitely had better packaging and better form. I feel like they definitely had better formula before because I played with their matte lips before. I don't know what this is. This just is not it for me. So this is one thing I definitely would pass in the collection. But overall, I'm actually really impressed. I feel like they did a really good job. And if I paid for this, I'd be really happy. Now, looking on their website, y'all, this collection retails for $93. The full collection retails for $93. That's kind of shocking because compared to other like Twilight collections or other collabs, they're usually like $115 plus. This is $93 for the whole collection. That, I was like, wait, what? ColourPop went down in price. That like never happens for them. So I was actually really impressed. For $93, it's actually not a bad deal. Like it's really not a bad deal. And I would have absolutely paid for this. So ColourPop, thank you guys so much for sending this my way. I literally did not expect that. This collection is available as of right now. I do not have a code. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever, but I do have like an affiliated link down below you guys can check out if you do want to shop from them. I just don't have a code with them. But either way, I'm just beyond impressed with ColourPop in this collection. They've really been doing such a good job with their mystery boxes lately and their licensed collections. They've been doing pretty good. So with that said, guys, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channels, R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful paid members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe. Either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in the very next video.